Okay, good morning everyone. We welcome you once again to the Pelta Power webinar series. And we are now on the third part of our teaching tools. Good morning, Sir Ron from Quezon
Good
Province.
morning. Good morning, Sir Wax. This Saturday, we will have a new webinar, our series 3. Good morning po. Good morning to all our participants.
So we would like to welcome also our participants from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and also with our friends abroad who is watching us and continue to learn from Pelta Multimedia Incorporated. So before we start with our program, let us have a prayer first. Sir Ron, can you lead us in prayer?
Okay, sir. Let us put ourselves in God's holy presence. Lord God, thank you for allowing us to gather here for this webinar. We thank you for all the blessings and happiness you have bestowed on us. We thank you for our generosity in all abounding love. We pray that you send your Holy Spirit to guide us in this undertaking. May your divine guidance help us decide correctly on vital things. May we decide about things based on your command. Let us be reminded that all things we do should be according to your will. Allow us to act according to the benefit of all concerned. Allow us to see you in every person we deal with. May the agenda of this webinar be discussed fully and consciously. Let all people concerned contribute wisely to come up with the solution according to your will. Enlighten all of us to speak and interact with you in our minds. For all of these academic activities of this webinar would only possible with your permission. Make us decide correctly for our students' sake of and their parents who trusted us with the task of educating their children. All of this we ask in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Sir Ron, for that wonderful prayer. Again, good morning, everyone, to our participants for this morning. We hope that you will enjoy our webinar series for today. Again, no, nasa third series na po tayo of teaching tools wherein we're going to discuss the 21st century skilled future leaders. And of course, this will not be possible without our educational partner. Good morning to our educational partner, Miss Mylene Abiba. Good morning, Ma'am Mylene.
Good morning to
Good morning, Ma'am
all.
Mylene.
Good morning, Sir Ron, Sir Wax.
Yes, of
Powerful
course.
morning again.
Yes, powerful morning.
Yes.
Of course, we have Ma'am Jenny Lu from STEMify Learning Center.
Good
Good morning.
morning, Ma'am Jenny Lou.
So, what do we have for today for our series?
Well, our series
Um,
today
Nakamute si Ma'am
is
Jenny.
yes, Miss Jen.
Hi, sorry. Good morning. Our series for today is all about Microsoft, no? So Microsoft has been an educational partner ever since.
Yes.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, parang matagal na commercial, ano? So they have a lot to offer. They have jumped into the boat into helping people get more productive online. So yung expertise nila, we were able to have them on board para tulungan yung mga teachers natin. So Microsoft has been there and they're continually growing. And for today, they will help us. How do we enable teachers and students to be 21st century skilled future leaders? No, kailangan talaga natin yung skilled leaders. Hindi na pwedeng leader lang. Kailangan skilled so they can relate to many areas, especially doon sa part ng soft skills. Hindi naman kasi pwedeng puro technical skills, ano? So, yung empathy. So, marami pa tayong resources from Microsoft and then we will be sharing them today.
Yes, that's right. So I believe Sharon is also familiar with Microsoft application, the productivity tools, right? Because you already attended a webinar on this kind of activity. And we thank you, of course, no, without the help of Pelta Multimedia, this will not be possible because our Pelta is a global partner of Microsoft. right?
Yeah.
We are a
Okay.
global training partner. So we're a
Yes.
GTP of Microsoft and as well as a Microsoft reseller. So we wear two hats. So we are very fortunate. You know, I was mentioning a while ago that I went to contacted first Microsoft in Europe, Germany, and then I was referred to Australia, and now we have our speaker all the way from Asia Pacific, which is
From
we will be introducing later on from
yes.
Singapore. So umikot muna ako sa buong mundo, and we're so blessed to have her with us this morning.
Okay, of course, reminder for our teachers, no, if you're going to participate, interactive with us in StreamYard, please enable the StreamYard in your Facebook so that we could also entertain all of your questions. And remind also to you that you have to prepare your questions so that we can read and we can give you answer from our speaker and from Ma'am Jen or Ma'am Mylene. Okay,
Yes,
so
take
get ready.
advantage.
Of course, later, we're going to give some prizes from Microsoft. Okay, so
Yes.
magkakaroon tayo ng mga raffle. Okay, so
Okay, so let's now get to introducing our speaker for this morning, but she's very busy. And well, Anna is currently works for Microsoft as the Future Ready Skills Leader for Asia. In this role, she's focused on ensuring the next generation workforce have the right skills to succeed in this ever-changing world. With an emphasis on cloud skills, she works to land programs solutions into education curriculum by collaborating with education institutions from kinder to 12th grade and higher education, and also governments. She is passionate towards driving youth development and opportunities as well as improving education outcomes for all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm applause to Miss Anna Lim from Microsoft Asia Pacific. But before
okay,
that, let's show a video of what she will be talking about.
okay, so we'll be sharing to you the video.
Hi students, it's Lee from the Microsoft Education team. And I wanted to take a moment to introduce you to a new free online platform called Microsoft Learn. Microsoft Learn provides students around the world with online learning paths and modules designed to help you get career ready. Whether you want to get ready for a role working on Azure or become an AI engineer, Microsoft Learn has learning paths to suit your needs and help you become career ready for when you graduate. And best of all of these learning paths are aligned to the Microsoft certifications, which are industry recognized and can help you become more employable. So take a look at Microsoft Learn and start your learning paths today.
All right.
Okay,
So
so
that's
Learn.
our short intro. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our guest speaker from Microsoft Asia Pacific, Miss Anna Lim.
Miss Anna Lim.
All right,
Great.
Anna.
Thank you. Really appreciate the warm welcome, and I'm really honored to spend my Saturday with everyone on this webinar and virtual event. So as Mylene mentioned, I work in our Microsoft Asia team as part of our worldwide education team, actually. And I cover all the regions from Asia Pacific to China, Japan, India, and Australia. And so, you know, for me, I've always been very passionate about how we can help youth and students have the opportunities and skills they need to be successful. And so I'm really privileged to be able to share that with you today around the work that we're doing at Microsoft and how we're enabling students and educators. So with that, I'll share my screen if that's okay. Great. Awesome. Great. So I just wanted to start off and talk a little bit about, you know, what are the in-demand skills that we consistently see? So there's been many research articles, many blogs, all of that really hits on the same key skills in my opinion. And that really comes down to the ones that you see in front of you. So the first, adaptability, One thing for certain is the way we live and work will continue to change. And we've seen that with COVID-19. No one could have predicted that this was going to happen. And yet it's really turned everyone's lives upside down. So I can only imagine the things that will come in the future that, we need to really be prepared for and be able to adapt. And we really see that with children. We were just having a conversation about parents having to work and go about their lives and with children at home. So how do we adapt to situations like that? How do students adapt to remote learning and, being very far away from their friends, and how do they still connect with people? The second one is technology and digital skills. So, this is very big for Microsoft. How do we enable young people to have the skills that we see will develop into the future from a digital and technology perspective? And, for now, it's really around artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things, and virtual and augmented reality. So how do we help students become very familiar with these concepts and how they can really use these to create solutions, come up with new ideas, and really feel empowered in their learning as well? The third one is data literacy. So this one is, how do we take all the bits of data out there, which we know is ridiculously large, and synthesize that into meaningful insights and use that to, I guess, improve our outcomes that we're looking to drive in solutions and in the world. So I won't touch too much on that one, but happy to chat more if you're interested. And then I've got creativity. So this one is a really big one for me. I'm sure many can relate that when we were kids, we used to be super creative, willing to try new things, really not restricted by the sense of what's great and what's not. We just created with our passion and what really fueled us. And then as you get older, you start to notice, we're starting to be restricted by social norms, by what we believe is perfect or good or good enough. So how do we continue to instill creativity in students so that really goes with them as they go through the education system into adulthood and maintain that level of innovation that, we tend to lose as we get older? Collaboration. So this one is big, and I think even more so important during this time of this pandemic is how do we continue to get them to collaborate effectively, not only in person, but now virtually. And I think this one is really interesting because if I take my job, for instance, I'm based in Singapore, but my whole role, I effectively collaborate digitally with everyone across the world. So I actually very seldom spend time in person with the people I work with most closely. So how do we enable students to have the confidence to collaborate virtually, and what skill sets and, I guess, tool sets are available to do that? And, we know that moving forward, almost every industry is now having to move to remote working and remote learning. And so how do we prepare them now? Leadership. So for me, leadership really means how do you have the strong skills to bring the best out of people and inspire teams and encourage that collaboration. So, when we see students work together, how do we encourage them to take initiative and to be supportive of those within their team? So that really is a key thing around how we can develop that in students as well. And emotional intelligence. So I'm sure many of you know this one very familiarly, but it's really important, particularly in uncertain and challenging times. And, no one can really predict the future, as I said. So, how do students have the ability to be aware of, express and control their emotions, and be aware of others' emotions is really what emotional intelligence is all about. Particularly now at times where people are uncertain about their jobs and the future of business and the future of school. How do we maintain, I guess, that resilience around managing our emotions, but also supporting others through this time? And I guess this is really all wrapped up in lifelong learning. The World Economic Forum, in just 5 years, that 35% of skills that are deemed essential today will change. And that's massive. But, one thing that will remain relevant is the commitment to lifelong learning. So, you know, from a student perspective, it's not just you go to school and then you go to university and then that's the end, that's all the learning you'll do. Regardless of any job you take up going into the future, you're going to have to continually adapt and learn new skills as, you know, the industries change. And I know that to be true in my role. I really thought after I got my 4.5-year university degree that I would never ever have to do another exam, never have to study for anything ever again, and that I'd pretty much had everything I needed to be ready for work. But I knew that to be very, very not true. And now today I'm consistently challenging myself to learn new cloud skills, get familiar with AI, and just really stay relevant around what's changing and happening in the world today. So lifelong learning is something that I think we all need to be considerate of and thinking about. Great. So I want to talk a little bit around how does Microsoft view, you know, the future talent that's coming out of the education system from K through to career. And we really think of it in three chunks. The first is primary education. So how do we spark curiosity with STEM and computer science and give purpose to learning? You know, driving that innovation and creativity from a young age. And then from that, the pipeline really goes into secondary school around how do we start getting them familiar with productivity skills like Microsoft Office, which we know continues to be an in-demand basic skill that employees are looking for. I don't see this changing anytime soon either. But also, how do we grow their excitement and competence for new technology concepts like data and AI and public cloud, and what can they start to do with these things? And then as they go into higher education, we really look at how we can improve their employability with technical skilling, hands-on experiential and certification, and pathways to jobs. But for the purpose of today's call, I'm really just going to touch on the first two, primary education and secondary education, and what tools we have available to really support you as educators. Great. So as you can see, Microsoft has a lot happening. So these are kind of all our different offerings and solutions that we have available when we start thinking about future-ready skills and future-ready students. So for today's purpose, I'm really going to cover digital literacy, Minecraft in education, Imagine Cup Junior, which is new, and our Microsoft Office Specialist certifications, and an introduction to Microsoft Learn, which you saw in the video earlier. Great. There will be time for question and answer at the end, so feel free to share in the chat window and I'll answer them towards the end. So I'll just start with Minecraft Education Edition, and I'm sure everyone's heard of Minecraft, whether it's the education version or the Java version that many students play today in their free time. But you know, this has been around for 4 or 5 years now, where we really took Minecraft and designed it for educational settings for teachers around the world. We really wanted an immersive game-based learning experience, and we want to make sure that it was available on all devices. I haven't got slides for this now, but if you're not aware, Minecraft Education Edition is now available on Chromebook as well. So we're really seeing how we can make it accessible to everyone, no matter your OS. So what's different? I do get this question a lot, and what's different to the normal Java version is, well, with Education Edition, we have secure login with Office 365. We have classroom-friendly features like formative assessments, classroom multiplayer, and we have a plethora of lessons and STEM curriculum that is available to really support you in landing this in the classroom. And lastly, we have a really passionate global teacher community who are really interested in supporting other teachers to get confident in Minecraft Education Edition and find innovative ways to use this in the classroom. So a little bit around the state of Minecraft. You know, we've got 30 million teachers and students who are licensed, over 500 lessons in curriculum. We've got 150 million Minecraft hour of code sessions since 2015. And we've got 300 global Minecraft members in over 70 countries. So there is this massive community and I guess a really big number of resources that are available to help you with this. I want to touch a little bit about the lessons that we have available. As you can see, we've got lessons across core subjects in our in-game library. So most of these lessons come with Minecraft template worlds. So teachers don't actually have to know or take time to construct this 3D environment. We have, particularly in courses of computer science, where students can learn how to code through block-based features or any other popular learn-to-code platforms. They can compare animals and plant cells by actually building parts of this in Minecraft, and they can explore biodiversity and learn more about wildlife conservation through our biology lessons. And then with chemistry, this one actually is probably my favorite one. They can learn basic concepts and build elements and compounds. They can construct balloons, colorful torches, blow things up, all in a virtual in-game chemistry lab. Great. And I'll touch on math as well. Sorry, a moment, my device is not playing. So we also offer math lessons to Common Core standards for grades 3 to 5. They're great for helping students visualize problem sets, in particular with language art lessons. I've seen actually this in the classroom where teachers have used Minecraft for creative writing, where students are asked to create sort of consequential storylines where if a character does A or B, it results in the following outcome. And so they've mapped this and then actually started to create the storyline within the Minecraft world. And then with history, so we actually have a lot of history lessons that are available for students, for instance, to understand ancient Greece, and they can build the Parthenon in Minecraft. So that one's always really interesting as well, in my opinion. I want to share one customer story. This one's from New Zealand, which is where I grew up, but Opaheki School. And this is a quote where they really saw that teachers noticed a higher level of engagement among their students. And this really isn't surprising when we think about, their interest in it outside of the class. So anytime we can look at game-based learning to land certain skills like creativity and socialization and collaboration, we know that there's going to be a strong engagement level there. And I also want to share something that I thought was really cool, where governments and schools have really looked at Minecraft education and gone, okay, great, we've got these standard set of curriculum and lessons, but how do we take this beyond that? And what we've seen is in countries like Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and even Malaysia, what they've done is looked at how they can actually make this relevant in a local context. So for instance, in New Zealand, they created a Indigenous culture and history world where students could learn about Māori culture, learn about customs, and really get to understand what it's really like in some of these environments. And then Australia, they had this mini Melbourne competition where students were basically digging underground through Melbourne to discover different artifacts and learn more about the history of Melbourne. And in Japan, this one's quite interesting, where obviously we know Japan has suffered from a lot of earthquakes. So there was a competition for students to really imagine what Japan could look like post-earthquake. And, they built everything from massive soccer fields to, new parks and playgrounds. So a really great way to engage students in the development of society. And I want to share a video. This one's, we always think of Minecraft as being probably more for primary school students, but I really like how this school in Malaysia has looked at Minecraft around how they can drive learning, particularly in secondary school. So I'll just quickly play this video for you, and hopefully you can hear the audio.
Our school vision is as a center of excellence, innovative and world-class education to provide a long life learning for the student to contribute to the world. I want my students to enhance their learning in creative context, and also I want them to develop their critical thinking. I started using Minecraft in the classrooms after the Microsoft Education Exchange 2017 in Toronto, Canada. And we start use existing lesson and world in Minecraft Education's edition websites such as the tutorial worlds, renewable lessons, and also the deforestation lessons.
In fact, we are joining the global collaboration project, which is the Sustainability Development Goal Shuffle 2030. And now we started working on the goal number 13, which is climate action, and also the goal number 1, which is the no poverty.
Minecraft is very exciting because we learn and it's fun. We also get to work with each other.
3D exporting is one of the great features in Minecraft, and we can use it with the Windows Next Reality. And I plan in future, I want to bring 3D printing in my classroom, as it is perfect tool for my students to get exposed with the challenges of Industry Revolutions 4.0. We already set up the 21st Century Committee to plan for the long or short terms how we want to make the Minecraft being implemented in the classroom. We allow students to bring their own device to make sure that we really have a very effective tools. We train the teachers how they can develop their knowledge and experience, so then they can use Minecraft effectively in the classroom.
Awesome. So I know that, obviously with COVID-19 right now, that everyone is remote learning. And I was just talking to Mylene earlier that obviously Felter is now one of our global training partners to deliver Minecraft education in a remote learning environment. And I know that we're making available more trainings virtually for teachers as well. So if you're definitely interested in learning more about Minecraft and how you could utilize it, particularly during this pandemic, I highly suggest reaching out to Mylene. Great, so that's kind of all I'll talk about in Minecraft for this session. So I'll move on to the next thing, which is, my slides, our Microsoft Digital Literacy course. So this is a course that helps learners master basic concepts and skills needed to use a computer. So, it covers everything from working with computers, how to access information online, how to communicate online, and participate safely and responsibly online. And I think this fourth point is actually really important. When we think about all the things you can do with technology, it comes down to how do we use it ethically and responsibly. So for students to learn these concepts at a young age, I think is really important. And then lastly, creating digital content and collaborating digitally as well. So this is a free course that is available to anyone, whether you're a teacher or a student, but we have made available a comprehensive set of teacher lesson guides that you can download if you wish to actually deliver this in class as well. And I'll move on to Microsoft Imagine Academy. So I'm sure many have heard of this program. So it's effectively a membership or a subscription where we make available different OneNotes that teachers can download and use in the classroom, which covers content from computer science through to IT, infrastructure and cloud, data science and productivity. So it's very much at a fundamentals introduction level if you're wanting to teach some of these basic concepts in class. And I'll show you what the next slide looks like, as it really kind of covers how this content leads into more technical skills and industry skills. So these are some of the, academy learning paths that are available. So the core one that we see people use Microsoft Imagine Academy for is productivity. So they start with digital literacy, but they start looking at Microsoft Office skills and Office specialization certifications from Outlook to Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. So we have all the content available for you to actually be able to teach students some of these skills in the class, and these actually lead on to certification as well. From computer science, obviously we've got some Minecraft content in there, we've got Learn to Code, and then that really starts to go into how they can build games, and then going on to programming and prototyping, as well as Introduction to Python. Data science, so we know this is a really big area that many companies are looking at and governments are looking at, is the shortage of data science skills. So some of the content we have available is very much at that fundamental level and how you start building competency across data science. And then lastly, IT infrastructure and cloud, which may not necessarily be relevant for everyone right now, but how do you start to understand the basic concepts of cloud and cloud technologies? And as I mentioned, a lot of the learning pathways from Microsoft Imagine Academy start to roll into our Microsoft certifications. And this, coupled with Microsoft Learn, really starts to prepare students for industry relevant certifications and skills. I won't touch too much on it, as we really more so focus on this in higher education, but I've circled at the bottom just the Microsoft Office Specialist certs that are available, and our Technology Associate certs that are available as well. It's very tiny, so apologies you can't see it, but there's one in the corner here called MCE, so Microsoft Certified Educator. And this one really is targeted at teachers and lecturers and educators to really understand how they can use technology in the classroom to better deliver teaching outcomes. Great, so I'll move on to Microsoft Learn, and thank you for the introduction video at the start. So Microsoft Learn really prepares students for role-based certification and learn more about services and technology. We really think of it, I guess, as our core learning platform, particularly for tech skills, and it really looks at providing step-by-step bite-sized tutorials. You can actually learn a lot of this stuff within sandbox environments, so it doesn't cost students or anyone anything to use. And we have everything from beginner to advanced learner pathways, which I'll talk about on the next page. So for students, particularly in secondary school, who want to start some self-paced online learning, we've collaborated with a lot of universities around the world to create content such as Introduction to Cloud Administration, Foundations of Data Science, and then we've created these social impact learning pathways, which actually are some of my favorite ones personally, and that really looks at pathways that students can learn more about the tech, but how they can do it to create innovative solutions. And a lot of these are very practical and hands-on, like analyzing climate data with Azure Notebooks, create a chatbot to help students learn with Azure Bot Service. So it's very practical and hands-on, and a great introduction for anyone wanting to look at cloud technologies. And then on the right, I've just shared some of these beginner-focused content that we do have available, like Introduction to Python, C#, Bash, Git. And then at the bottom, we've got so many YouTube videos, which actually I've seen quite a few of them now, but Python for beginners, more Python, and even more Python. So I highly recommend sharing these with your students, particularly in secondary school, to take a look at during their free time or as part of classroom learning. And the last thing I really want to touch on, because it's coming up very soon, is Imagine Cup Junior. So this is basically a spin-off of our Imagine Cup competition, and it's targeted at students aged 13 to 18. And the great thing about Imagine Cup Junior, which we just had the finals for, I think a few months ago now, was the first time we've ran this competition. But it really looks at that second circle I talked about in future-ready talent, which is how do we get them understanding technology concepts and how they can use this in the real world. So Imagine Cup Junior doesn't require students to have any knowledge or technical skill at all, because what it does is it looks at Microsoft's AI for Good pillars. So what we do is we provide educators and students with all the materials to learn about AI from a conceptual standpoint. And, there's resources like slide decks, workshops that you can use with your students to understand AI. And then for the challenge, it looks at how do you take these things that you've learned and conceptually come up with a solution that utilizes AI in the real world. So we had many entries this year, but we have regional winners. So there's 3 winners from Asia, 3 winners from the Americas, and 3 winners from EMEA. And we saw some really interesting solutions that students came up with. So I'm actually really excited to see what happens this year in this new competition the second time around. So this is launching in September, so next month. We don't have a lot of information available publicly now, but what I will do is share a link for you to register your interest, and I'll be sure to share more information with you when it's available. So I highly recommend looking at Imagine Cup Junior and how you can get students involved. So with that, I'll just end my presentation. Apologies, there was a lot of content, but if you would like to know more about our skills offering in K-12 to support your students in the classroom, then please sign up at aka.ms/K-12 skills interest, or use the QR code on the right. So I'll just leave that up for a few more seconds. But Ron, are there any questions online that I can answer now?
Okay. It's a very concise and very informative presentation, Anna. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
do we have questions on the floor?
Um, I have a question actually. Can I ask my question? So there's a lot going on. No? I'm so surprised on how fast it grows on your website, and I can't even cope up with the changes. I feel like I'm so far behind, and it takes time to go in. So I'm just curious on how is Microsoft? I know Microsoft is bombarded with questions, like so much questions right now. And I, as a service provider, like Miss Mylene and Sir Wax and we are in panic mode. We're not even the ones teaching in the Department of Education, but we're on panic mode. Is it the same for Microsoft?
I'm trying to understand. Sorry, Jenny Lou. So you're asking whether
Ha-
there's a lot happening and how do we actually keep up with all of this?
Yeah, like if if we apply this in our community, we are going to ask probably so many questions. Like
Mm-hmm.
how is it very convenient for you and for us to get in touch? Like I know there's so many questions that going to be asked after this webinar. And so how do we reach you as fast
Yeah.
as it can reach you?
Well,
Yeah, I
I
think
just
if there are questions, you can ask through Felta. We don't want, yeah, to bombard. And
Okay.
then because there are questions that we can answer, like we can be the first, like I would say,
First
first,
responders.
yeah, first responders. And then if we
Mhm.
cannot answer, then we can forward to Microsoft Asia Pacific, because we do have a Microsoft Education office here in the Philippines, and they're very
Oh, I
active.
see.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, because I'm sure the concerns of the region is different from that of the Philippines. So I think, yeah,
Mhm.
let's first field it out to the Microsoft Education Philippines before sending it to the regional.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And as you said, Mylene, obviously the local Philippines education team understand your needs and concerns the most. So they'll definitely be able to work with Mylene and filter out or address any of those initial concerns. Obviously, I'm here to really support the local education team. So anything that they need, they'll be able to reach out to me as well. Otherwise, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It- It's super. It's so easy to get into the Microsoft Learn website. I just signed up in like 5 minutes. I'm already there. This is really
Actually,
nice.
if you go to aka.ms/ I think it's MS Learn for Edu, then it'll take you to the educator student page. Yeah.
Yes. So what we're actually giving for our educators today, and our even our parents, is that they can access free Microsoft content through Microsoft
Yeah.
Mhm.
Learn. And I think Miss Jenny Lou will also be
Yeah. I'm
guiding
gonna
us on what
showcase
are the
this. Yeah.
available, yeah, free, so
Great.
that, yeah, so that we can
There's a
help
lot.
all the educators now that we have more time to prepare for the school opening in October, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
extended.
So later, Ma'am Jen
Sir
will
Ron?
share with us the resources for Microsoft,
Yep.
right? Okay. Sir
Sir
Ron,
Actually,
Ron, do
ma'am,
you
no
have?
more question po.
okay.
Hmm. All right. So at this point, we would like to present a virtual token of appreciation certificate
Mhm.
to Miss Anna Lim. All
Okay.
right, here we go.
That's
Yes.
great.
So
Thank
this
you
That's
so much
really
for
cool.
sharing
so
with us your time and your wisdom.
okay.
And we all know that you will be doing a great work as a future ready skills leader for Asia. So maybe have, and then a group photo. Okay, we'll have a photo first of the certificate, which I will
Okay.
email to you, Anna.
Okay.
I will
So
Thank you.
also share it to Rani.
first, now
I
we're
would
going
love
to
to talk
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. Anna and I met, I believe, yeah, in Singapore in one of the some of the, and a few of the Microsoft Asia Pacific meetings, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
I believe so. Yeah, we have probably met each other.
Mm.
Yeah,
let
I
us read
see the
the
link,
content,
some of the emails.
Let us
Yes.
read the content of the certificate.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let us read the content of the certificate for Miss Anna.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, certificate of appreciation is presented to Miss Anna Lim for imparting valuable insights during the Teaching Tool Series 3, Shaping 21st Century Skilled Future Leaders, given this 15th day of August 2020, signed by the President of Pelta Multimedia, Miss Mylene Abiba. Thank you, Ma'am Anna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Do we have a group photo, group shot before we proceed?
Okay.
Okay. Gallery. Let's have a group photo with Miss Anna. Sir
Sir Wax?
Wax, you can remove the the certificate first so that we can have bigger photos. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Miss
Okay.
Anna.
All right.
Yay.
Let's have a group photo. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sir Wax.
Yes. Nice, nice smile.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
This is
All
how
right.
we do photos now,
Thank you, Anna,
huh?
for sharing your time and your wisdom with us. And we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch.
Thank you. I'm
Whenever
really
there are
really
chats
great way to
from
spend my
Media
Saturday.
will send you an email. Thank you. And I will
Perfect.
send my regards to Rani Birchmore as well. That you
No problem. Have a
Thank you,
good
Miss
day. Thank you,
Anna.
everyone.
Thank you, Miss
Bye.
Thank
Anna.
you very much. And at this point, we'd also like to share with you a short video of the different programs that Felta Multimedia is running for Microsoft and also the training program. So let's show this video and then we can proceed with Miss Jenny Lou.
Okay. Okay, so that is Health and Multimedia,
Minecraft.
our Microsoft Global Education Partner. Congratulations, ma'am, for that preparation and also for our previous courses, the Minecraft. Okay, so we're going to continue our webinar now, and then this point of time, we have Miss Jenny Colomia to continue with the teaching tool. Okay, Miss Jenny.
Okay, let's go. Good morning ulit. Powerful morning to everyone. So I will be sharing information about the tools as teachers we have to upgrade. And sabi nga kanina ni Miss Anna, continuous learning is a must. And how do we present this information to the students if we have not gotten into trainings, ano, and we don't have the time. So therefore, uh, going to the Microsoft Education Center, we are going to have asynchronous lessons in there. So we can go in and out whenever and however we want. And I will be sharing my screen to you so you get to know more. Um, I I will go directly to the website, ano, kasi sobrang dami, Sir Wax. You are the Microsoft Innovator expert. So, mamaya kailangan kita, pre. We have to go and show them how do we get uh, to the Microsoft account. So, I will show first. Ito muna. So, the first thing I want to share is the Microsoft Teams. And I will be playing this video. I hope it's going to play.
We've seen the impact teamwork has had on our world. But what if teams could achieve even more?
To truly do great work, we need people that have different experiences and understand the world from a different perspective.
The thing that's challenging is to make sure that there's a platform for that collaboration. Teams are very liquid. We need to keep up with the way our people like to work.
What if people from different cultures and generations could come together in a more purposeful way, so ideas flow freely and evolve organically? Just imagine what we could achieve. Introducing Microsoft Teams in Office 365.
Microsoft Teams is helping us accelerate and win on Sundays. Now we can share common ideas, common goals.
I'm excited about the ability for people to be engaged in multiple teams and making it very easy for them to not have to go to 15 different places.
Microsoft Teams is a chat-based workspace that gives people one place to connect and create in inherently human ways.
You have that constant thread of communication that you can go back in history and see. It's all right there in a single interface.
Accenture is nearly 400,000 people across 120 countries. To be able to engage and collaborate this way is a big game changer for us.
A way that builds trust and helps create a natural rhythm so ideas flow freely and evolve organically.
There's a lot of communication, there's a lot of data sharing. We're all sort of working towards the same end goal, and that's to build a car that goes out on the racetrack to win.
It's all happening real time in a very frictionless way. That's the way people expect to work these days.
Because it's part of the Office 365 set of collaboration tools, it's part of what we already do. It's the central hub where the conversations happen. It opens possibilities for connection and collaboration that we never thought was possible before.
And it's about empowering them and taking somebody's good idea and making it an awesome idea.
It has truly made us more efficient.
This is exactly what we've been waiting for. This is how we think the world of tomorrow will work.
Welcome to Microsoft Teams. Together, there's no limit to what we can achieve.
Ayun. So, yan, Sir Wax. So the first thing that is important now is how do we communicate. So if people don't know yet, we do have a few more workshops that are available for Microsoft Teams. So hindi lang po puro Zoom. We do have Microsoft the tool which is Microsoft Teams. So how do we get people to learn more about Microsoft? So as an educator, we have 3 programs. We have Microsoft Innovative Educator, Nandun pa lang ako sa level kasi we have to train more. And then we have the Microsoft Innovative Educator Trainer. Okay, so if you go to education.microsoft.com, Sir Wax, can you share it in the YouTube link so we can have them? And then the third level will be the Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert. So Sir Wax is one of those Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert. So maybe we can ask him about that program later. So what you need to do and what you can do, and you can do it with me now, is to log into HTTPS. Lakihan natin. Yan. You just type in Microsoft Educator Center or education.microsoft.com. So, lalabas na po iyan. So, what can you do when you are in? Hello? Sir Wax, nandyan ka ba sa tabi ko? Ayan, di ko kasi makita.
Yeah, I will assist you.
Okay, so this is the educationmicrosoft.com. Sir Wax, I will, you already know, right? You just have to put it in their page. Dadaanan ko na to. So what I have here is mine. So I've gone here for a long time, but as of now, I'm moving by inch in the training proper. And sabi ko nga kanina, sobrang dami, no? So even the Lego Mindstorm that I already have, I still enrolled in this class. This is a 0.5 hours. So on your page, if you have your courses and if you sign up, you are going to have 4 tabs. Those tabs are training, lesson plans, programs, and resources. So as part of the Microsoft Educator Center, this is my profile. And then if you go to your profile, you're gonna see training. So what are the trainings that you have? If you go to courses, okay. So what I did is I wanted to search for a course that I don't know. I wanted to teach math. So I can do math here, type in and press enter. Right? And then so this website will show you, or there's one tool that when I teach math, I can use independent learning with math tools in OneNote. So this is an integration of math in OneNote. So I do have a few more. So sometimes when you look at the subject area, ang makukuha nyo is mga integrated. Okay? So it's when you search for the major subject, it gives you more options. So when you try to find stuff, it's going to give you, and then you just click on the course that you want, and then it's gonna tell you how long and when. So I took this course in 6/29/2020. So and then you get this is the date published, and then it tells you that you accomplished it. So you get number of points. So as you get points, you go up into the rank. And then it's completed instructor led on 4/25/2020. Okay, so this tells you the learning objectives, ito, and then professional journal. This is what you have. So there are more resources available then. So once you are signed up, you will have access to many courses, and you will also have learning paths. So what are in the learning path? Okay, so this is my learning path. Sorry if there's a lot. So these are the courses that are interesting for me. These are the ones that I already have in progress. And I want to do, because I do design thinking. So therefore, I typed in design thinking and this came 21st century learning design. So you click on the course. Okay. It's 20 hours and I don't have that many hours. So I'm doing this one at a time if I have these courses available. And every time you finish, okay, If you have an hour, go finish this in an hour. If you have more than 1 hour, then you go to the next one. So then I will have to open the course. And inside each courses, it's going to ask you, there are 0/8 courses completed. So it's keeping you on track on where you are on the education center. And then you are just going to click start the course. And on that, you are going to have the modules. So these ones are going to give you links also for YouTube, and it's going to give you access to the OneNote notebook, and it's going to give you your own copy. So you must have an Office 365 or Microsoft account. So meron din tayong provided by DepEd, although not everyone is given the Office 365. But if you do subscribe, or if you do get the Office 365, maybe Ma'am Mylene can talk more about that later, because Felta is an Microsoft Education partner. You will have add-ons there. So it depends on the type of subscription you have. So this, for every course that you take, there are subtopics, and there will be a quiz. Okay, so it tells you there are 7 questions, and you have to have 80% to pass. So when you click, for example, I will guess, you click on it, and then you will submit answer. And if it's wrong, then it tells you which one is right, and then you can always retake the course, and it's going to give you the higher grade once you pass it. Okay. And if you already took the course and you forgot, you can always go back and review. Okay. And when you finish, it's giving you a specific number of points, and you are going to earn a badge. So yan po yung mga laman sa courses. So what else is there? There are webinars and online events. Okay. When you click on the tab, there are a lot of webinars, and it's arranged by date. So in March there was this one. So some of them are instructor led, and some of them are recorded. So you can choose which one you want, and then sign in from there. So ayan po, sobrang daming courses. Now what happens when you earn the courses? So some of them are paid pala, ha. So just check if you need to, if they are free or not. There are also lesson plans. So there are 3 hacking STEM. So ito ay perfect for the STEM educators like you. So there are lessons and hands-on activities. Okay, so for example, for science, you have a building machine to emulate the human. So this is the hand. And when you click on that, it tells you the year level. It says it's a middle school lesson. So sa atin po, that is grade 6, 7, 8. Yun po yung mid school sa US. And most of these are under the Common Core standards. We are adopting the spiraling. So therefore, it is also applicable for us. We just have to pick and choose. And it's telling you the duration of the lesson and its cost if you are going to get the controller. So the cost would be around $3 per student if you are going to apply that in your classroom. Okay, so we have building machines just for you to see what does it look like. Let me show you. This is what is in there.
Hello from Redmond. This month, the Education Workshop's been thinking about the phenomenon of human body mechanics and how it can influence the design of machines. We focus on the human hand to model how the skeletal system is informing the development of robotics. The lesson plan begins by introducing students to the anatomy of the human hand. Through a simple sketching exercise, they learn the name and positions of the bones in the hand. Then, using an extra wide straw, some string, and a rubber band, students engineer an articulated mechanical finger that bends to demonstrate the bones of the hand in action. Next, they engineer a cardboard glove and sensorize it with strips of a conductive material called Velostat and some copper tape. When connected to an Arduino board in Excel, they can measure the flexion and extension of their own finger in a customized Excel worksheet. By attaching their glove to a mechanical finger, students can control its movement. Then, by combining their digits together, they can create a complete robotic hand. The dexterity of this hand is then put to the test by completing a series of simple tasks. The lesson concludes with students generating ideas to improve the design of both the glove and the mechanical hand. For educators looking for a lesson extension, we've included a rock, paper, scissors probability exercise, which has students use the sensorized glove and mechanical hand to play against Excel. So I hope you'll check out our lesson plans, try out our projects, and download our worksheet. And please hack our projects. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, so 'di ba exciting. Sir Wax, have you tried one of these lessons na? Okay, so that's for the STEM and this is for Microsoft Minecraft. So dahil na-move ang ating school year start ng school year, we are going to have Minecraft for education on our next series. 'Di ba dapat may break tayo? We're not going to pause learning. We're gonna continue learning.
Yes, wala nang break.
Wala na break. Okay, so Sir Wax, I just want to remind people, so when we have those lessons and courses in Microsoft free, so anybody can enroll in the course. But there are labs, like for the STEM lab, you don't need to buy, no? But we can improvise. Like that's why we were teaching you the Tinkercad. It's the same principle. But of course, with the Microsoft, the data the simulation is converted into data, which is more on the data analysis side. Pero yung mga nag-e-enroll and then you finish and you did not, meron po kasi doon when you buy, you have to buy the material before you actually finish the course. So dapat you have the on hand. For example, you have the Gearbox Labs and then you take the course in the Microsoft Educator account, but you have to have a physical device or the material to actually execute. So although they are executed into using the watch the video and then do it at your own pace. Some educators will just click next, and not really do the course. So we encourage educators to enroll the course, but please make sure you complete the course. We're not after the badge, diba, Sir Wax? We should be able to really execute it in the classroom because we bear the badge and it's assumed that we were trained by Microsoft and everything was given for free. Our part would be to really learn it so we can share it to the students and us as our co-educators. Yun po ang aming request na baka naman pwede, di ba, Sir Wax?
Yes.
So, ayan. So, Minecraft, we're not going to dig into more details here because we will have this in our next webinar series. Don't separate. So don't worry because it has a lot and you are going to be working smarter, not harder. You don't need to prepare everything under the sun. Microsoft has already prepared it for you and we pick and choose which one is applicable for our classrooms. Okay? So yan po
Actually,
yung laman.
for public school teachers, no, dahil po meron po silang full package from Microsoft, yung pong Minecraft is also included doon po sa kanila pong Microsoft. So magagamit po nila yan. Actually, I'm using that right now, no, with my children kasi si Raven mahilig dyan sa ano na yan.
Kulikot.
Kulit yan.
Oo. At saka I did this, no? Even though assuming of course priority would be to survive the COVID pandemic now. But we can learn. You don't really have to have the machine now, like the motors and the microcontroller. If you just want to practice, you can do this. There are DIY devices like yung straw. Yun lang problema, wala nang straw, no? The straw, the string, the cardboard is in your home. So we just have to improvise. Okay.
Yes.
Ano pa yung isang nawala ng tabs ko? Ayan. Wait lang. Magbabak ako. Okay, so these are the lessons for STEM. And you have the lessons for Minecraft, yung sabi ko kanina. And then the Skype in the classroom. So what is in the Skype? This is a preview. This is another resource. So you have to create an account for each. Kasi yung iba yung account ng yung Minecraft, iba yung account ng teacher account, iba din yung iba. So there are activities that you can choose from. Okay, again, we are working smarter, not harder. Wag nating pahirapan ang ating mga sarili. Microsoft is our partner in this situation we're in. So there are activities in the classroom and there are resources both for educators, students, guest speakers, and theme collections. So meron ding filters by age and by subject area. Ayan, madami po yung nandyan. Now, what are the programs naman? What are the programs that are available? So this is what I showed you earlier, the Microsoft Innovative Educators and the Student Teacher Education Program. So dito tayo sa pangalawa. Pangatlo na pala. Okay, so let's look at Student Teacher Education Program. So this is where we can complete the student teacher program. Ano yung mga scope niyan? So this is for universities also, no? You choose and implement the models for other integrated co-curricular or integrated subjects. There are steps. So Microsoft, for a training partner, they provide the steps curriculum on the Microsoft Educator Center. And what will you get after this program? Do you facilitate student collaboration? So ito yung mga 21st century skills na binabanggit kanina ni Miss Ana. So student collaboration, skilled communication. It's not about the grammar and the structure anymore. It's how you use it in the communication. No? So this is an advanced version. Knowledge construction, facilitate self-regulation, real-world problem solving and innovation, and of course, the application of the ICT and how to use ICT to become effective educators. So these are what Microsoft is engaging teachers with. Okay. There is also the Global Training Partners Program. Gusto ko tong Global Training Partner Program. Ano ba ang laman nito? Tingnan natin. Internet ko ay close natin. Para masaya. Okay. So there are training providers. So if we look at the content, ayan, you have to find a trainer. So dito sa atin si Pelta yan kasi sila yung education partner. So meron din calendar of events. Anong may mga training? So these are the trainings. You can register. Some of them are already done. I tried to register in an old one. Some of them are recorded. So, ayan yung mga options. So, tayo ay nasa, saan ba tayo? Yung layo pa. Yan, sobrang dami. Hanggang baba. Okay. So, pipili po kayo dyan. And then, once you sign up, they will send you information pa po. Okay. Next, we have showcase school programs. Okay, so this is showcase school, and what do you get? You familiarize with yourself with Microsoft K-12 Education Transformation Framework. And then this is the time to nominate your school. So ano, paano ba? Manonominate ba natin ang ating school? Paano ba tayo nag-i-incorporate? So we should have this. So the overview is MIE experts. Sir Wax, ikaw to eh. No, we are looking for self-driven educators who are passionate about teaching and learning. So I believe everyone in this, the participants in this webinar series and who have been with us all throughout are qualified, no, self-driven educators. Kahit na busy, we still have time to learn.
Actually,
And
no,
then,
Microsoft has the invitation for the MIE para maging MIE expert sila. So it is a self-nomination uh, na program na kung saan if you will nominate yourself, then if Microsoft approves, magiging MIE expert ka at makakasama ka for 1-year program ng Microsoft.
okay, next. Dito ba yan, Sir Wax? Sa start?
Yes.
Mamaya. Hindi ko isasara yan, ino-nominate ko sarili ko.
Tapos
Para
na,
makapag.
close na.
Oo nga eh, late talk kasi. Huli na tayong nagkita eh.
Next year.
Okay, so what does it, next year. What does it look like? So this is a video from one of their programs. Let me share with you guys.
Hi everyone, I'm Nomusa Kenina from South Africa. I'm coming to Paris.
I'm preparing my suitcase for E2.
It's the night before I get on the plane to fly to Paris.
Cannot wait to be with all of you.
I'm so excited to get to E2 Paris.
E2 is a live version of the Microsoft Educator community.
I feel like I know people so well, and I've never met them at all.
And we met in the lobby, like arms wide open, and we hugged.
I teach computer science, instructional technology,
English teacher,
head of digital learning and instructional technology specialist.
I know it's going to be an absolutely amazing experience. I will learn so much from everybody. Really looking forward to the collaboration, taking it all in and becoming a better educator and learning from you all.
I cannot wait to share the experience, learn with you, ask lots of questions, and grow professionally.
working with different teachers from different countries.
To share and learn and collaborate with all of the amazing educators.
That's what E2 is all about. Hopefully bringing the world a little closer and celebrating the passion and commitment that all of you have.
Teaching is an activity that can't be alone. You can be a painter or a sculptor. You can be a poet, but you can't be a teacher alone.
E2 is a good step for me to get connected with other educators.
A lot of knowledge from here that I can take to my country.
It was kind of magical because that was a great opportunity to change everything about my teaching practices.
There's always something new that you can learn. There's always something that can innovate what you're doing.
I thought it was just amazing the way that we could just work together.
It's a real incredible opportunity, and I'm just humbled.
Superbe.
Ayan, Sir Wax. Naka-attend ka na ba ng E2?
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa. Gusto ko yung E2. I after watching this video, I miss the community, the STEM community in the US kasi it's very big. Like dito naman sa atin is very big. But if you are a school teacher and you just work within yourself, there is very little opportunity to grow. So I encourage everyone to be part of a community, and the Microsoft community is a great collaborative community as well. So let us not stick just with the lessons and the tools that they provide. Let us stick with the theme of collaborating with all types of educators in all different languages, and that's how we grow big. Okay. So, ano pa? So, if you have this, like resources, okay, wait lang. Baka kung saan ako mapunta, mawala ang account ko. Okay, these resources, again, are a lot. So, if you are looking for modules, dahil at least we are given 1 more month, 'di ba, Sir Wax, 1 more month to prepare, and you are looking for a lesson, Microsoft Educator Center has all the resources that are available that looks like this. So for example, you want to become a zoologist, you click it there, and then there is a lesson plan for you. It gives you by how it is structured for 6 to 8th grader mid-school. No, most of these are mid-school lessons, no? Kasi yun yung pinakamaraming population natin in terms of kids and the demand. But then it's for ages 10 to 14, it's giving you how long is it going to take to start the lesson. It's giving you the resources, so you don't have to watch and to search. It's already placed in here, and then you're going to learn about these right here, and there are tasks, and there are um, links. Okay, so if you this is going to be your teacher resource. So magaan ang buhay through Microsoft kasi ang dami resources. And mind you, this is not just for skills, no? There are not just hard skills, there are soft skills. So those sa mga nagro-robotics, meron din dyan. Make Code Arcade, we have the Microbit, and we have the Minecraft, and we have the EV3. So everything and anything under the sun is there. Even the specialized skills for Microsoft Excel, forms to Excel, meron din dyan. So, I recommend teachers to scan the options in there na pwede nating i-share. Now, dami ko nang ginawa, napagod na ako. How do I trace my own progress as an educator naman? So, what I do is I go to my profile. Kaya baka may data privacy chenes ako dito. Okay, yan. So, my profile, I can see how many I've accomplished. Maunti lang kasi I try to learn it and not just take it for the sake of taking it. So, we have to learn it. And then you can view your transcript. So, your transcript, it shows how, yan. So, ito na yung pinaka-transcript, no, Sir Wax? Ganito din ba sa'yo?
Yes, ganyan.
Oh, diretso lang. It's printable. It is recognized internationally. Dito lang sa atin maraming documentation na kailangan before ma-recognize, ano, Sir Wax. So, yan. It's stated the number of hours. So, hindi na po kayo mahihirapan. You can print this off and it's going to take you to the data. How do you, like, Sir Wax, are you going to give us a redeem code, di ba? Sir Wax, bibigyan mo ba kami ng redeem code?
Yes, since I am I'm a MIE expert, no? Ito
Okay.
po natin today ay isinama ko po doon sa aking activity. So, our participants will receive a redeem code na kanila pong i-claim doon po sa education.microsoft.com. Okay, later
Yes.
to redeem, no? To redeem the code.
Apa. Baka ma-redeem ng lahat ng manonood sa
Yung,
So how are we going to send it to them po? Email kasama ng certi?
Mga nag-participate sa sa registration.
So you have to get you have you have to register, and you should be registered, and you should have accomplished the evaluation form, right, Sir Wax?
So sila lamang po ang bibigyan natin ng certificate.
So every time there is a Microsoft training, most likely than not, they will give you a redeem code. So what you do is click on the redeem tab. Yan. So ito po yung inyong profile, di ba po? Click on the redeem code. And then the Microsoft expert like Sir Wax will give you a code. And then you will just have to type it in here. For example, key, whatever. Halimbawa, may mga numbers. And then you will just click po, redeem. Okay, so after that, and then yun po. Wala pa akong code ni Sir Wax. Aawitan ko pa yan si Sir Wax eh. Mabigyan ako ng code.
Kung mag-claim po sila ng kanilang ng kanilang certificate, they have to register sa Microsoft Pero kung activated po ang kanilang mga email, kasi yung ating pong DepEd teachers ay merong mga Microsoft email, so they can use the DepEd email, and then kapag po wala po kayong account, you go to outlook.com and register sa Outlook.
Yes.
Siya po ang gamitin po ninyong pang-access doon sa education.microsoft.com. Okay? So, yun po.
Yes.
So, you already explained naman how to claim, no? They have to go to
Opo.
education.microsoft.com and then
Okay.
redeem ko. Pwede pakita mo kung ano itsura nung MIE certificate?
Hold on. Let me go to my profile.
Kasi meron ka
So,
na niyan,
ito po, ayan. Oo nga pala, sorry, hindi ko na ano. So, di ba, you can view the transcript. This is how you do it. On your profile, you click view transcript. It's going to give you a list of what you've finished. And then, for each, if that course is going to give you a badge, then you can, for example, I did one with, hindi pa kami masyadong friends ni Sir Wax noon pero nag-attend ako ng kanyang workshop on OneNote, and then I will just click that, and I will have my badge and click the certificate. Self-printing. Microsoft will not email you everything that you can just go and print your own certificate. It tells you when you completed it. It's signed by the vice president. And then, ayan po. And then you just have to download.
May learning path. Kailangan tapusin niyo po yung learning path.
Correct.
Okay? Kasi hindi po yan basta-basta makuha nyo lang. No? You have to the learning path.
And then as you complete the number of hours, meron mga levels na na-unlock, no? Parang
na-unlock siya. So dumadami yung certificates mo kapag ang learning path na ginagawa.
Magugulat ka na lang biglang may badge ka na kakaiba. Saan galing yung badge? That's the fun. At least parang sa atin ay validation of your efforts na, I gained a certificate and pinaghirapan ko to. And of course, again, we highly recommend, this is parang self-paced, and sila po yung mag-ano sa inyo eh. Parang sarili mo na yung kalaban mo dito. Everything is there. It's up to you now because we already shared it with you. It's, do we have ang tawag dito? Responsibility, are we responsible enough to claim the certificate, and of course make sure na tapos natin yung training. Yun yung ano.
No, they have to complete the learning path. No. Kasi baka akala nila, may certificate. Hindi po, may learning path po tayong tatapusin. So kumbaga initial lang po namin, ini-introduce namin sa inyo yung Microsoft Education, then may enjoy nyo naman doon mismo sa loob ng website. Marami po doong mga
sobrang dami.
Sobrang dami. No?
Oo, sobrang dami. Ito hindi ko pa nga tapos, 'di ba? Ito yung mga badge ko pa. Excited ako dito sa badge, kaya lang gusto ko ba dedicated ako dun sa 7,500 points to eh. Kaya sabi ko gusto ko parang unlock. And then yung may quiz po. So take down notes. Okay? So take down notes.
Pwede yung balikan, no?
Oo, pwede balikan.
Ma-memorize mo na lahat. No? So, bibigyan ka ng chance.
Tingnan natin kung makikita ko. Teka lang ha. Kasi lumalabas kasi yung sa akin, naka-sign in kasi ako, dahil pala nag-sign out ako. Ayan, yung mga courses ko pa. Na nakalista. Ito yung mga gusto ko na hindi ko pa tapos sa Wax. Tulugan mo ako. Okay, ito meron din siya Pear Deck. Actually, this course, remember last time I introduced Pear Deck, this is, you can get a badge for Pear Deck. It's not just partnered with Google, kasi it's partnered with Google Classroom. It's also partnered with Microsoft. Pear Deck is a great tool. So if you start the course, it's just for an hour. Try to learn it. It's good for presentations for your kids to make it more, interactive. So yan ang mga nire-recommend kong mga courses for Deck. So any question from the group? But yun yung laman. So yun yung laman ng Education Center.
Yeah. And in addition po doon sa certificate na matatanggap ninyo, pag natanggap niyo po yung certificate, you can also share the learnings that you acquire from this session. Okay? So for example, dahil meron na po kayong training with MIE, Okay? At least 15 na teachers ang matuturuan po ninyo. Okay? So parang networking para dumami tayo ng dumami.
Correct. So madami. Share your blessings. I share this sa sobrang dami kong sinishare. Nahirapan akong magbigay ng paisa-isa. Therefore, nilahat ko na sila. Gumawa na ako ng group. Kasi sobrang dami nang nanghihingi ng resources. So it's sharing is caring. Let us help each other up. And we have our partners in education like Felta who is one call, one text away. Di yata nahawa na si Ma'am Maylin, di na rin natutulog yata si Ma'am Maylin.
Ano natin yan?
Ito, nag-i-email ako sa mga nag-i-inquire sa Shopee. Yung mga parents na wala pang mga devices.
Oo nga, tama. Kailangan.
Nakakatuwa, 40% off na, humingi pa ng discount.
Ganun talaga, ma'am. Baka pwede nga daw free. Pero syempre,
kulang na lang sabihin ko, sa inyo na lang kaya.
Oo. Yun din sinasabi ko, ma'am, sa mga administrators naman, ano. So, we have a lot of partners in education, but let us not kill them naman on the business side. Kasi they also need to have sales. And we support, they support us, we support them. It should be may symbiosis doon sa ating community.
Give and take dapat to kasi kaya nga natin na ginagawa to, tumutulong sila sa atin, tulungan din natin sila. No, give and take.
Oo nga.
Saka yung mga licenses are very inexpensive. In fact, kung may mga schools, mga private schools na nakikinig sa atin or viewing us today, we have actually a promo. If the school is going to be going onboarding with the Microsoft Office 365 for the 100% faculty, for every faculty, we provide 40 free licenses for the students. Imagine, ang ratio, 1:40. Diba? So, ano ka na?
5,000 yun na. Tipid na tipid ka na doon, ma'am.
Yes, sobrang tipid, diba? So, imagine mo, that's 40 students ang free license for one faculty. So yun po ang pinopromote namin ngayon. And then, in fact, we're also providing the free training for the teachers. So, it's really building an ecosystem. Tulong-tulong lang po tayo.
Tulong-tulong. Yan, yes. Sir Ron, alam mo na. Sir Ron, mag-apply ka na.
Yes.
Caring.
I am asking for my school head.
Kasi DepEd, meron na naman kayo eh. Binigyan na kayo, nakabili na kayo eh.
Ma'am, yung sa Bulacan, yung friend ko sa Bulacan, si Dr. Aguirre, nag-inquire sa akin before about the purchase of Office 365. No? Kung nakikinig si Dr. Aguirre ngayon, kanina nakita ko siya, you can contact Felta Multimedia para po doon sa purchase ng Office 365 para sa faculty.
For faculty, no? I was talking to Connie, excited ako. We share.
I just also want to, Miss Jen, Sir Ron, saka Sir Wax, that the Office 365 is the A3. It's different po from the DepEd. So, just to give you, ang difference lang po, meron siyang Skype business kasama, and then meron siyang analytics. So, yun ang mga difference po. So,
parang LMS, no, ma'am? Parang LMS. Kasi for education talaga siya.
Oo.
So, parang siyang Google Classroom.
Lalo na yung OneNote, napaka-useful. Yung flip grade, di ba? Auto-grading. Saka napakadali.
Hindi nyo na kailangan ng notebook na physical, no? Yung OneNote lang, napaka-useful po sa inyo. Okay?
Yes.
So, kung may tanong po ang mga teachers po natin, actually, Ma'am Maylin, kasi as MIT, nagpo-conduct ako sa mga training sa mga teachers talaga. And we provide team code sa mga makakatapos sa learning path. Okay? So, kailangan tapusin po nila yun. Okay.
Habang nag-iintay tayo ng tanong, tayo yung mag-raffle.
Yes, as promised.
Yes, ito yung ira-raffle natin.
Okay, so let's proceed with our
Microsoft 365 lanyard. Nakuha ko to sa
Microsoft.
Galing USA yata. Oo, pinadala. So, we are going to raffle, first 5? Sir Wax?
Opo, first 5.
First 5 muna tayo. First 5 muna. And then we will send it to you by courier.
Okay, so let's start now. So, makakatanggap po nito ay yung mga naging participants po natin. So ito na po ang ating
Mga
unang
nag-register ba yan, Sir Wax? Yung mga nag-register na
register.
participant.
Unang raffle ay matatanggap ni Sir Ron. Pakiready ang ating masigabong palakpakan.
Wala pa nananalo. Excited, si Sir Ron. Ayun.
S. Idham. Basa ma'am.
Teka lang. Pipicturean ko, baka maligaw.
Yes.
Teka lang. Wait.
Ano yung picture
There's
nandun
more.
sa right? Baka kala nila damit makukuha nila, ha? Oh, hindi yan ang
Lanyard.
mapapanalo nyo, mga lanyard. Ito po, makakalakan nila damit. Bakit kasi yung damit dito sa raffle? Ito po.
Sa online yan.
Next. Sir Wax, 5.
Next.
Apat. Bakit may damit?
Next.
Apat pa.
Ayan, kinlos na. Nabalik yung damit.
May sapatos pa.
Zoom in mo.
Lanyard.
Cheryl.
Mamaya ibigay natin instructions paano nila makukuha yung ano nila, ha? Alright.
Tatlo pa, Sir Wax.
Tatlo pa, Sir Wax.
Tatlo pa. One more. The winner is Michelle Gladys M. Lomeda.
Hindi ko makita. Mazo-zoom in mo ba? Hindi ko makita. Yan. Lakihan mo pa. I-zoom in mo pa, kapatid.
Lanyard po ang mapapanalo, ha? Hindi mga sapatos na nandun sa screen. Sa mga damit.
Ayan, teka lang. Ayan na, okay.
Ang ganda ng clap ni Sir Ron.
Next winner. Apat ay
dalawa pa.
Ayan. Aaron Ganzon.
Last, para ngayon.
One last for the first batch.
First batch is Georgie A. Aguado.
Alright, Sir Wax, pakilagay po yung instruction. You have to email your name, your school name, and so of course your home address and your mobile number para mapa-courier po namin
yes.
Microsoft 365 lanyard.
Kaya ganda ang ating lanyard.
Ilan ba ang kailangan nating i-raffle pala?
5 pa.
5 pa.
So 10 sila eh. Oo.
10. Okay, so may tanong po ba tayo?
Quality.
May mga tanong.
Okay, next, Miss Jen.
Ron.
Okay, tingnan
Actually,
natin.
sir, no more question. And nandito lang is, batting or, wow, galing yan, Sir Wax Benson. O yung pong lang, parang, pagbibigay po guys sa kagandahan ng speaker, kagaling ng speaker.
Kagandahan talaga.
Jenny
Lou. Dapat. Okay, so, I just want to,
Ganda at galing po, ganda at galing.
Kailangan nating pasalamatan ang mga malalayong bayan ng Bulacan. So we have participants from Bulacan, we have participants from Olongapo, we have from Nueva Ecija, Isabela. We have a lot of people who are with us. Parang simula series 1 hanggang dulo, nandun yung mga karamihan sa kanya.
Ng Pelta.
Habit.
Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you.
Okay. Anyway, this webinar naman po is recorded, no? Yung ating pong passive participants, nagre-replay na lang. Replay.
Yung ba kasi naglalabas Sabado. And shout out sa kumari ko, Mary Eresa Benson. Hello, Mars.
Hello, madam. Okay, so
from Emily din.
Last time nasabi natin na wala tayo sa next Saturday, no? But since ni-move po yung ating opening of classes, October 5, no? Alam niyo naman po, hindi po kami titigil na tumulungan ang ating mga guruan in preparation for the new normal kasi ang Pelta ayaw paawat, no? Sa pag-support sa ating mga kaguruan. Kaya patuloy po ang ating webinar series, no? Series 4 na po tayo with our teaching tools. No, ipoprovide po namin sa inyo ang lahat po ng aming pong nalalaman para po matulungan kayo.
So transfer ang corona.
Yes, in preparation for your classroom,
No,
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 sa
no.
new normal. Okay.
So for next week, we have Minecraft, no, Miss Mai, and then the week
Wow.
after is with Intel.
Ako
Intel, yes.
manonood yan ng anak ko, no, yung sa Minecraft.
Oo.
Ako din, excited ako.
Tapos,
Woohoo!
Sir Wax, paki-post mo na while we're before we go to the video, let's announce that we are launching the first Philippine National Minecraft Competition. Yes,
Yes.
this will be launched on
Poster,
August
Sir Wax.
24.
Yan
Labas
siya.
natin yung poster. Ayan.
Poster nating maganda.
Yeah.
Yan.
So,
Kaya mo ba i-zoom in konti?
Zoom natin. Yan.
Yan.
Our theme
Ayan.
is renewable energy, and then we have for you to create the following worlds. Create the wind farm, a hydropower dam, and a city planner. So these are the three themes. And then we have the age category. Ito po ay for elementary, for 9 to 12 years old. Junior category is 13 to 15. And then we have senior high school category, 16 to 18. And then we have for the preparation, so the launch will be August 24. And then September 18, we will have the student submission. And 21st will be the elementary round, 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. On the 22nd will be junior high school, also 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And then September 23 will be the senior high school, 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So you will be given a chance to explain the world and showcase your world. Now, we encourage the students to form your teams or the schools. Actually, marami na po ang nag-sign up since we just actually we just posted the poster yesterday, and then ang dami na pong nag-sign up. And we encourage po the DepEd then to join. We have private schools, may international schools na rin pong sumasali. And then we have also some DepEd divisions. What we encourage is for you to have 2 to 3 students per team. What we want po is since napaka-isolated po ng mga bata ngayon, wag na rin po isolated yung mga bata for the Minecraft competition. So we want them to work as a team of 2, minimum of 2 students per team. Para naman po may collaboration skills silang makuha sa communication skills. So at this point, we wanted to make this first Philippine National Minecraft competition as a soft skills engagement for the students na napaka-isolated na for the past few months. Diba po? Masaya po to. And then it's supported by Microsoft Education.
Okay, so for more information, please
I'm sorry?
For more information, please contact Elta Multimedia inc@gmail.com, and you can call them at +63 289 12 1397, 891-3488-4, 8438-3841, and 891-14103, or sa kanila pong mobile number 0995-072-9462.
Yeah, nandun naman po sa poster, and then we can flash it again. So this is the first Philippine National Minecraft competition. Wow. It's so it is really very very engaging for the students. Yeah.
Clap.
Clarify lang natin. May clarification
Sir
lang,
Wax,
Mama.
ito pong picture na yung nasa power niya.
Nasa power.
Yes.
Sige po.
Yes, Miss Jen.
Yung clarification natin, ma'am, yung Minecraft, iba yung Minecraft education software sa Minecraft gaming.
Yes,
so,
iba po. Thank you for the clarification, Miss Jen. Ang difference po, we're not using the toy version, by the way, the Minecraft education version. So yung mga schools have to coordinate. Like DepEd already have. You have your Minecraft educations. Kasama po yun dun sa binili po
account
ng mga DepEd division. So you don't need to spend anymore for the license. Yun po, bali you use that because the difference is that it has the code builder. Yun ang pinaka-difference. Kasi sa code builder, you are going to be using coding, no? Di ba pa, Miss Jen? So yun po ang natututunan ng mga bata. It's not just to be creative, but also for coding. Yung iba nga po, actually advanced na kami, naka-Python na po yung coding ng mga bata for for Minecraft education. But of course, we can do the basic po. So we can still use the basic.
The basic will be is scratch based. So
Yes.
we will play the video later. Sir Waxy, yung
Yes.
video from Jovit, no? We have different environment. So I would suggest this is the first. Wala tong katulad. So lahat tayo nangangapa, 'di ba, Mamay? So this is the first of all the first Minecraft in the Philippines. So therefore, wala pa talaga yung community na yung education Minecraft. So for those who are new na ngayon pa lang nila i-unlock na meron pala silang natutulog na Minecraft software sa kanilang Office 365. If you are a teacher, a subject teacher, or a STEM teacher, or a STEM coach, you can resource and ask who are already using and or used to the Minecraft toy version, yung app na game version, para mas madali na rin sa kanila to transition to the education version. Kasi
Yes.
para ma-harness natin yung skill ng bata na na-develop na nila through the game version, and then we will just uplift dun sa Steam version naman, which is the education version. Para alam din natin lahat, sino ba yung mga bata ko na nandyan na pala sila matagal na, I was not just tapping on their skills, and this is our opportunity to showcase those kids who
Showcase
are
them,
maybe
yes.
introvert na hindi nagvo-voice out, kasi ang dami kong ganon. So in my case, my classroom is always the elimination round. So I give them everything under the sun, and then I pick and choose, okay, you are good for the web design, therefore I push you to join the web design contest. You are good for the robotics, I push you to the PRO. Doon kami nag-start. My PRO tsaka yung web design ng smart
Yes.
program.
Yes.
So yeah, this is another chance for the kids.
We know that there, since na-announce yesterday, wala pang school until October 5. But in between, I'm sure that the educators who are viewing us or will be viewing us next week can already identify, as Miss Jenna said. Alam niyo naman po kung sino yung mga bata na
meron
ready na.
May
So,
background
dalawa lang naman pong bata and take this opportunity for them to represent your schools, di ba? Sayang naman po na papalipasin natin to.
Correct. September 18, based on the poster, September 18 ang student submission. So, as early as end of August. Well, we will launch on the 24th. So, as early as end of August, dapat meron na kayong core team. So, they should have at least 15 days to finalize. And as per Ma'am Mylene said nga, collaboration at its finest. Yan ang peg natin. Collaborative learning,
Collaboration
distance.
Yes.
May social
Parang
distancing.
Friends naman sila. Di ba? Magka-friends naman sila or they not na magka-friends, but they can reconnect virtually with a friend.
Yes.
That's right.
Then may share na. We use Microsoft Teams and collaborative sharing.
That's Microsoft Teams as presented by Miss Jen and Anna.
Yes.
All right. And at this point, if we don't have any questions, if by the way, if you will need a letter of invitation for the schools who are viewing us right now, whether DepEd or private schools, please inform Felta Multimedia, and then we can send you a letter of invitation as well as the schedule of the activities.
Yes.
Sana sumali po kayo kasi napakasaya nito. That's why I just got an email from Microsoft Asia Pacific, because I believe during itong lockdown, it's only the Philippines who will be conducting such an event. That's why they're so happy that tuwan-tuwa sila na we took this initiative kasi first lang tayo sa Asia Pacific. I don't even know baka sa world. Maybe magko-conduct ng competition na to.
Yeah. Let's see the video para mas may idea.
Let's see the video, and the prizes are Minecraft. We have Minecraft education merchandise, and of course your trophy and your medal and certificate. Yeah. Okay, let's see the video para mas ma-excite sila.
Okay.
Educators teachers around the world are reimagining learning to better equip young people with the skills they need to be future-ready. Student-centered approaches and technical, social, and emotional skills are all part of this agenda. But how will we help get students there? One word: teachers. The teaching profession favors progressive reforms to fulfill education's potential, according to a survey of early career and student teachers conducted by the Economist Intelligence Unit. Half believe new teachers will focus more on social and emotional learning and on teaching the importance of inclusion and diversity. But less than half think their training has prepared them to nurture students' social and emotional well-being. And only 38% feel their training is equipping them to use digital technology, despite their keenness for it. Teachers are our greatest resource, but more could be done to empower them with the tools, training, and support they need.
Right. So actually, Minecraft education really is supporting, also the other software of Microsoft is supporting us to have future ready students. And this is just one of the tools that they have, or the platforms that they have. And at this time, we would like to show you a video of Minecraft education once more.
Wow.
All right. So exciting, di ba?
Ang dami, di ba? Yung parang yung brain natin parang magiging gano'n na kalaki.
Nako, hindi. Pero sa bata, pag sinabi mong Minecraft yan, nako, chicken na chicken sa kanila.
Chicken.
Alright, next.
Speaking of chicken, ako. May mga nakita akong chicken doon sa Minecraft na excited
mga goat, sheep. Okay, last let's have our final raffle for the
final five.
Final five. Okay,
lanyards. And
Ay,
then,
teka. Yung picture ko. Wait lang.
Please, again, lahat ng nananalo, you will have to send the email of your name, school name, your mobile number, and your home address to Felta Multimedia para mapadala na po namin. Okay, our first winner is Max.
Okay, ready.
Uy, parang kilala ko yan.
Sir Arturo Milay.
Arturo Milay.
Next. Pang-pito.
Si Sir Ron naman, pabasahin mo. Si Sir Ron.
Congratulations to Sir Ronald P. Calderon.
Ayan.
Kilala ko yan.
Showbiz na showbiz si Sir Ron. Sige po.
Next.
Ilan pa?
Ang ilan to?
Tatlo pa.
Ay, wala.
Our third winner.
Gmail at Thomas.
Yun.
Ma'am Irene C. Labog.
Next, ang ilan na?
And then, isa na lang.
Isa na lang.
Picture. Ang bilis ni Sir Wax, nagmamadali.
Oh.
Na-picture ang ba yung si ano?
Apa.
Okay, si Miss Lalo.
Next.
Labo.
Last. 1, 2, 3. Yan.
And congratulations to
Liit kasi.
Ma'am Rose Bernadette
Agilion.
T. Aguilion. Congratulations to all of you.
Ayan, okay.
So mag-email lang po kayo kung nabanggitan yung pangalan. Pero meron din po ako ditong kopya ng kanilang mga email address at telephone number. So I could share that to you sa Pelta.
We need their home address, their mobile number para mapadala po natin by courier. Itong Microsoft 365 lanyards.
Na-send ko na yung lista, yung mga names sa ating.
Alright.
Okay, so yan. Daming Microsoft. Sana all madaming Microsoft.
So at this point, we can now close so that we can prepare them for next week. August 22nd is our next webinar at magde-demo tayo. Baka isipin ko nga, baka invite ko rin yung ibang mga bata to
to play with us, no?
Yeah, to be with us. Some of the students who have already been using the Minecraft education for several months. At mamamangha tayo sa how advanced yung kanilang mga worlds.
Ang bilis nila, no?
Ang bilis. As we have actually one student 6 years old. Baka yun ang invite natin. Yung sobrang bata. Alright. Okay. So Sir Wax, Miss Jen, Sir Ron, ano po?
Thank you po.
Once again, thank you po sa information about Microsoft Education from Nicolas Neil. Ayan. Thank you po.
Ayan.
Napakagaling talaga ng speaker natin.
Si Miss Jen. Si Miss Anna Lim.
Si Miss Anna.
Magagaling na, magaganda pa.
Ayan. Sige, bibigyan din kita ng lanyard. Sinabi mo. Joke lang. Okay, salamat po sa time ng mga ating mga viewers.
That will be all for today. We will see you again next Saturday for another webinar series on teaching tools. Good morning and goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.